Good morning, YouTube. We are on the way to the gym. It's already starting off like a little bit of a weird kind of day. I was driving to class today, and there was there was a really bad accident because like near where I was supposed to be at, because on my Mondays, and not that this matters at all to anybody who's out there watching, but Mondays and Wednesdays I have a class here in my hometown. So yeah, I was driving to class, and there was like a horrible accident on like the other side of the road, like on oncoming traffic, and I was like, shoot. So I go into class, and it's already like 20 minutes after. I'm like, bro, where's my professor at? Brother didn't show up, didn't send an email or anything, so I'm assuming he got caught up in the traffic. But anyways, that's besides the point. So it's already been a little bit weird day. And what's funny is that just now I'm pulling out of my driveway right now, and my dad calls me. He's like, hey, like, I have a predicament to talk to you about. I was taking a shower, so I was like, all right, I'm coming. I'll come down there. And he like accidentally hits my car. So we got a little bit of damage on the bumper, which is fine. I mean, it's not like, what am I doing? It's not the end of the world. Things happen, so it is what it is. We're gonna move on. But today it is a chest day, and I'm debating on whether to do, let's see, definitely obviously chest, but I'm not sure if we're gonna do like what our other movement is. It's either gonna be biceps, or maybe just rear delts on its own, or maybe just chest. But obviously, again, I say this all the time, you will know by the title of this video, so I really shouldn't even say anyways. But so yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I've already got my meal in for today. It's 10:17 a.m. right now, so I have like a big plate of chicken and rice. Was it chicken and rice? Chicken and macaroni. So grilled chicken, to be precise. So yeah, this morning woke up 178 fasted. So we're looking solid, 178. So I'm allowed to go. So yeah, we're definitely moving up in weight. I feel a lot better. Like, even though like I don't look as great in the mirror, I guess, per se, I feel like 100 times better. Like waking up in the morning, like I don't have pain in my like organs, like in my insides. I wake up with like a decent amount of energy. My mood is like consistent. Like I don't like tweak out throughout the day. Like I can like genuinely like operate now that I'm obviously getting the right nutrients in my body, and like eating in a surplus, making me feel like, I guess, I don't know, better, like a lot. No, I'm not gonna say 100 times better, because that's an exaggeration, but I feel a lot better, especially going into the gym. So today, I mean, 10:18 is pretty early. Not that it's unusual, but it's a little bit earlier than I like to be in the gym, but I feel great. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Today is like, it's one of those days where I'm like, all right, let's get at it. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else to talk about. Oh, yesterday, over the weekend, let me go ahead and give you guys like a little weekend recap. What is it? I ended up hitting legs on Sunday. So today's Monday. You'll be seeing this on Tuesday, obviously. But on Sunday, I hit legs, which is yesterday for me. Right now, as I'm like recording this right now, I've never hit legs. I didn't record it, obviously, because on the weekends I like I've talked about it before, but weekends I kind of want to keep it to myself. Like take those 2 days off to like not record and kind of like work out for myself, really. Obviously, all these workouts are essentially for myself, obviously, but like on the weekend I don't want to like whip out the camera and just kind of truly be in the moment. But yesterday, I've never hit legs like that in my entire life, ever. What's going on here? I've never hit legs like that. Like it. We did back squat. We honestly went pretty hard on the back squat. That was like my first movement. Then we went into calves. Then seated hamstring curl, and then I ended on leg extension. And I usually always leave leg extension for the end, just because like whatever I have left, I want to give it all on the leg extension. I've never ever done it like that ever in my life. Like I went to like beyond failure. Like my legs are cooked right now. Let's just say that. It's I like, and I don't even mean to exaggerate, but like literally, like as soon as I got done with that one set to like, it was like honestly probably like 70 reps, like repetitions like that, going like over and over and over again, dropping the weight. It's like I honestly couldn't even move my lower half. Like I literally, like I went to like lay down after the set, after I got off the machine, and I honestly, like honest to God, couldn't even move my legs. Like I couldn't even like lift them up. It was the greatest feeling that I've ever felt in my life. Like not being, like literally I took it that far, which is awesome. Like I'm very proud of that. Literally just that one set yesterday. I'm very proud of that. So, and we're gonna try to duplicate that today in my chest workout. Maybe I won't get it on camera, but if I do, obviously you'll be able to see. But yeah, we'll see. So I think that's all I want to say. Catch you on the gym. Okay, so as you guys may have noticed, if you've been following obviously with my channel, the way that I start off normally my chest days is obviously I start off with incline chest press, like incline barbell chest press, and then I move on obviously to this movement right here, the flat bench dumbbell chest press, and then I move on to a fly variation. But today, obviously, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, someone was on it. Every single bench, like incline, everything was taken, like, which is really odd because I was at the gym at a little bit earlier time, honestly, than normal. So I think I was in there at I think 10 a.m., which is not like crazy different than what I'm usually there at, but still pretty early, and there was a ton of people there. So yeah, starting off today, we just went ahead and went into our dumbbell presses. Always want to start off with a little bit of band work, a little with the elastic band. Obviously, warm up your shoulders. You don't want crunchy shoulders when you're trying to press. Obviously, you don't want to hurt yourself, and you want to have a good chest day. At least for me, like if I don't warm up my shoulders first with a little bit of with that the band, the whatever you want to call it, the elastic band, my chest days honestly don't go very well. Shoulders are crunchy, it's kind of hurt. So yeah, always want to warm up your shoulders before. At least for me, that's what I do. So I believe these are 80s. Honestly, felt a little heavy today. I'm not sure what it was. I think it might have just been because what is it? Because I'm not used to. I'm already warm when I go into dumbbells, like on my normal days. So it was kind of, maybe it was because I'm not gonna make excuses, but yeah, 80s felt a little heavy. Went ahead and moved on to the 90s, and I think this is where we cap out before we go into a little drop set that I don't record. Obviously, I've talked about why I don't always record every single set, but yeah, give the 90s a go. So yeah. Moving on, we got our chest fly or pec deck, whatever you want to call it. So always want to do a little bit of warm up. You don't want to go too heavy on your first one. So I think I might. This is obviously numbers are relative to your own strengths, but to me, I think I had 100 on the machine. So that's usually my warm up weight, especially since I've obviously done all my dumbbell work. My chest is already warmed up, so I just want to get a feel for the, like, I call it the path, like the bar. Obviously this isn't necessarily a bar, but your movement. You want to get the rhythm, the path of whatever movement you're doing. So that's really what that was for. I think right now what's on the machine, I think I have it to 170, which is, I think, the most I think I don't think I ever go this high. Usually because my shoulders don't necessarily like this movement too much, but I don't know. 170s felt very good today on this machine. So what am I trying to say? So yeah. After after this little set right here, I believe I do one more with 170 and then do a drop set. I think I might have dropped it to like maybe 110 or 130 or something like that, but I didn't record it. But moving on to the last chest, movement that we had for the day. So we already had our single, like our isometric movement, everyone knows what isometric, I'm assuming, but where I'm not even going to explain it because I can't really think right now, but I think you want to have at least one isometric movement where you have like either dumbbells or a machine where you're pushing one side and one side moves, and then the other, you got to use your strength on the other side, if that makes sense, like a isometric, like a single hand, whatever. So that was our dumbbells. Then we obviously did pec deck, which is our flies, and then you want to have one kind of like I don't even know what you would call like a machine like this, just like a regular, like where you're pushing, and it doesn't matter if you're pushing the left side or the right side, like it's just pushing, really. So I need to figure out a term to call it for myself, since I don't know if there's like a real technical term, but let's just call it a movement that works conjointly. Let's just say that. So a conjointed movement. So yeah, and this is our conjointed movement. Definitely for me, I didn't go super heavy on this movement right here today, but I just really wanted to get the feel for the actual, feel it in my chest exactly where I needed to feel it. So slow, controlled, explosive. This is really where the gold was at today for me, at least. This movement, these last few sets for our chest. And obviously, by the title of the video, you already know what we were gonna do as our secondary muscle group. So obviously we hit biceps today. That's just how, and it ended up working out, considering how I was feeling that day and what we had already hit previously. Because on Saturday we hit arms, Sunday we hit legs,
actually, no, we didn't hit arms total. We hit triceps and shoulders on Saturday. Obviously, I didn't record it. Sunday, we hit legs. And then today, this video that you're watching, obviously, is a chest and bicep day. So since, I mean, I could have hit triceps, like chest and tri, but I just figured let's give the triceps another day to kind of recover. But yeah, obviously, the bicep, pretty simple movement. We got our dumbbells, dumbbell curls. Today we opted out for, so dumbbell curls, and later on in the video you'll obviously see that we move on to cable curl. So we did a little bit of cable work action, so I'll let y'all watch.
Alrighty, that is a wrap on today's workout. I'm trying to think if we did anything extra off camera. I don't think we did. I think after I got done doing like the 1 bar, like what is it, cable curls? Or like 2-handed cable curl. I took off the attachment and put on like the single like handle, and then like I think I did 2 sets off camera, 2 sets of cable curls, single arm cable curl. But so I didn't really miss out on much, but pump was decent today. Check side chest. So today, no incline chest press. Reason being, someone was already on it this morning. I didn't even want to kind of, even wait for it. Every single one of the bench presses were all taken up. And I'm not the type to wait around, so I just improvised. I went, straight into, obviously, flat dumbbell chest press. So, I mean, obviously, not the equivalent, anything equivalent, if that makes sense. It's not like, they're not the same movement, but I just left out incline chest press today. So it is what it is. It don't matter. I guess we could do a little back pose. That's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything to talk about today in regards to the lift. It was a decent lift. Honestly, I didn't take a rest day this week, so I will say I did come in here a little tired, even though I did have a good meal before I came. I'll talk about it later, I guess at the end, but yeah, oh well. But overall, solid lift. We did what we needed to and we got out of here, so that's what matters. Catch you on the office. All right, YouTube, we made it to the office. Let me think if we have anything that I want to talk about. In regards to the lift today, I think the only thing, I will say we had a really good workout in general. So I got like a really good chest pump, and I'm decently sore right now. So, and I'm recording this at 9:38 p.m., like this little outro for you all. So yeah. So I think, looking at it as a business, in a professional standpoint, looks like we went in and did our job and came out like exactly what we meant to do. So, yeah. I think that's all I really want to touch on in the workout. There is one thing that I didn't notice when I was reviewing the footage. When I'm doing my flies, I think one side comes down, like one elbow is like, I don't think that affects like my contraction per se, but it definitely is going to affect my shoulder blades. So when I'm coming in on my flies, I think I need to come in straighter like this, like together, instead of one elbow. Like, I think it was more like this. You guys would just have to go back and see for yourself. But yeah, I think we got, we got one more meal in to get in today. Again, I'm not sure if I said my body weight already, like earlier in the day, but I swear, a little far away from the camera. But we're weighing in at 170. No, I did say it this morning. We're weighing at 170. I think it was 175, 176 this morning, because the scale, it said 178, but I had already had my pants on and my t-shirt, so let's subtract a little bit of pounds on that, a little bit of lbs on that. So I'm assuming I'm at 176 fasted, so I'm okay with that. So we're slowly going up, so that's what we want. That's what we want to see. I think, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. The Bible, of course, which is the main thing that I want to talk about. That's not where we're at. There was one thing. I was reading was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. So I read through a little bit of the book of Mark. Obviously, I've been talking about it. And I want to give you guys my initial thoughts on what I believe. Not really what maybe what stood out to me. So maybe one thing. See, I got a couple things highlighted. This is like the stuff that I think personally is something that if I would like to go back into this book, I'd be like, oh, that's what it says. Like, this is where this is at. So I will say this, something that did catch my eye, is in Mark 3, verse 28. Verily, verily, this is according to, like, these are the words that Jesus spoke. Verily, verily, verily I say unto you, all sins shall be forgiven unto the sons of men, and blasphemies wherewith soever they shall blaspheme. But he that shall blaspheme against the Holy Ghost hath never forgiveness, but is in danger of eternal damnation, because they said he hath an unclean spirit. So this is basically talking about, so this is, Jesus was doing miracles, obviously, in front of all these people. And I can't remember exactly where, and from Jerusalem and from beyond Jordan. I can't remember exactly where they had gone, but they were accusing Jesus of what is it? Of using unclean spirits to like heal these people or do these miracles. They were claiming basically that he was possessed. Really, is that he had a demon, and he was saying, obviously, spoke very, very clearly to these people that when Jesus is like obviously doing all these things, he is doing it in the name of the Father, of course. So it's like in the Holy Ghost. So he's basically telling these men that like blaspheming against the Holy Ghost had never forgiveness. So he's basically saying, look, guys, like this is 100% like the work of the Father. Like, this is purely like God's work. So no demon. And and there is one more thing. This is what Jesus said: for whoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So I like that part. That was when I was reading it through, I was like, wow, like this is the way that Jesus literally thought. Like that's his thinking right there. For whosoever, and this is obviously we're still in Mark, so this is Mark 3 verse 30. This is the last verse in Mark 3. Mark 3 verse 35. For whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. So he's basically saying, if you're doing the will of the Father, you are my brother in Christ, if that makes sense. Like you are my brother, you are my sister, you are my mother. Yeah. So let's see. There was one more thing, I think. Yeah, we've already been through some of that. So yeah, I think I think that's really all I want to talk about today. Not that we talked about much, but I will say a couple more things actually. So obviously we're looking at Mark 4 verse 38. This is where we're starting. And he was in the hinder part of the ship. Jesus was. He was in. I think this is when they were traveling somewhere by ship. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest not that we perish. And he arose and rebuked the wind. So he literally went out and like rebuked the wind. He told it to basically stop. So this is what he said. And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm, which is unbelievable. Like, if you are one of these men that are, I think he took all of his 12 apostles. I think all of these men are present. Like, if you are one of these men and you like literally see all these things happen, like I think, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how you would be able to react. But this is what he says. So, and the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? So obviously he's saying, like, guys, like, I am your God. Like I am with you. I am the son of God. Like, this is like, why do you guys still fear? Like, I am with you. Like, and they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? Let's go on a little bit more. And Jesus, we're looking at Mark 5, verse 30. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him. So this part is where, I believe, it's called Jairus' daughter is raised to life. So this is Jairus' daughter. This is what this is about. So, and Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? So he knew that his Holy Spirit was like, his virtue came out of him. So he literally already felt it when someone touched this woman. So it's, I'll give you some context. When she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind and touched his garment, for she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press, and said, Who touched my clothes? And the disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. So, and then he said, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. And then later on he goes on to say, okay, it says in Mark 5, basically in the same little piece, Mark 5 verse 36, I'm trying to paraphrase for you all. As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he saith unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeth the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, Why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. So, Talitha Kumi, which is being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee. So this is basically, he's like rising. So I guess someone was dying, and he basically rose her from the dead. And this is what this is basically writing about. But I just thought I should share that with y'all. We'll touch on a little bit more later. Obviously, I'm going to do my fair share of reading after this, but that's all I wanted to share with you all. If that made any sense, maybe I don't know. So we'll leave it at that. Let's see. We are currently sitting at. I'm going to change the topic here, obviously, but we are sitting at 150 subscribers, which is insane to say. We've definitely came a long way from our first video. So I'm very happy of like where we're currently like going, and I honestly can't see myself stopping anytime soon, like stopping my uploads, because there's a saying that goes, what is it? You need to strike the iron when it's hot. So I need to start like
keep going. I need to like keep what is it? Keep the momentum, keep going, keep pushing, keep kind of staying on the same path of consistent uploads, if that makes sense. So, and that's, and metaphorically speaking, like strike the iron when it's hot, like keep posting so it happens, kind of, if you know what I mean. But anyways, that's all I want to talk about today. I guess I'll catch y'all on the next upload. Stay blessed.